Now let's get into Brush Street Beat, presented by our friends at McLaren. And today's guest, we are very, very excited to welcome former Tiger and current member of the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers broadcast team, Craig Monroe. Craig, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
No, thank you guys for having me.
Yes, we're really excited to have you on with us. And I got to ask you before we get into some baseball talk, what have you been doing to pass the time during this quarantine?
Well, let's see. I've started doing a little puzzle. I've been doing some puzzles. I've played a lot of Phase 10. I've shot a lot of basketball out in front with my little boys. I got twin boys, Kenan and Colin. So we go out front. We're working on our jumper. And I've also played the guitar a little bit. And I've just, there's no sports. So I've just kind of been binge watching movies on Netflix. That's what I've been doing.
Hey, well, you're not alone. I think we've all been doing that a little bit. But thanks to our friends at Fox Sports Detroit, we've been able to relive some awesome classic moments, including the '06 Tigers games, which are airing this week. And they've got some really great playoff games. And last night, we got to saw the Pudge walk-off against the Indians. And I swear every time you watch that moment, it's like you're really in it again and you're just as excited. And I mean, from your perspective as a player during that game, what was that moment like?
I think throughout that whole season, there was just something. I mean, there was something brewing, and you could just tell it. It just seemed like no matter who was up in the game when the game was on the line, we all just had so much confidence that they were going to get it done. They were going to come through. And if it was me, if it was Marcus Timms, I mean, if it was Grandison, Polanco, the list just went on. We just believe, even our bench guys like Gomez, Alexis Gomez coming off the bench. We just felt like we had guys that when the game was on the line, knew how to relax and put the pressure on the pitcher and come up with big hits. So to watch Pudge, a Hall of Famer, go up there in that situation and hit a walk-off, wasn't surprised because I feel like I've seen him do it several times.
Well, speaking of big home runs in 2006, don't sell yourself short. I can distinctly remember against the White Sox, Javier Vasquez, you cracked a grand slam. And the White Sox and the Tigers were neck and neck in 2006 for a long time. I mean, I can remember going to Chicago to watch the Tigers play the White Sox, obviously. And you called it at that time by far the biggest home run of your career. And you've hit many big home runs. Does that one still stand out?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I remember that because, again, we had that bad blood with the Chicago White Sox. You know, they didn't really like us that much, and we didn't care for them that much. But we had that mutual respect between the white lines. But, yeah, when I had that at bat against Javier Vasquez, I remember it vividly. I mean, it was a long at bat, too. I mean, I want to believe it was 11 pitch at bat. And he had threw me the kitchen sink. He had threw every pitch in his arsenal. And then he ended up throwing a changeup, I believe, And I was out front, but I kept my hands back. And when I made contact, I knew right away the ball was gone because it makes that it's that sound. There's a sound that it makes. It's a real loud noise in your ear. And I heard that sound and I saw the fly of the ball and I thought, oh, my God, are you kidding me? This just happened. And then once I got to home plate, my brother Marcus Timms is at home plate. And we go to give this double high five. Well, AJ Hinch is like standing right on top of home plate. So we kind of bump him. I kind of bump him a little bit, and we have some words and stuff I can't say on here. But it was just one of those things where it was exciting to do something against the White Sox, especially given the fact that there had been a little of that bad blood going.
Some great memories from 2006. And we're going to continue watching those classic games on Fox Sports Detroit tonight with the ALDS Game 2. And that series was against the Yankees. And I've got to throw it back to Game 1 for a minute here, because in that game, Derek Jeter was hot. The crowd was roaring. I don't think anybody in New York, even before that game, but definitely not after that game, did they think that the Tigers had a chance to win that series. How did that game kind of impact the rest of the series moving forward?
We just, we went into the season, and even in spring training when Jim Lena sent us the letters talking about how we were going to take the field. We were going to take the field like the Yankees and the Red Sox, the team that were winning championships. And we bought in early. And so when we had a chance to go up against the Yankees, there was a silent, quiet confidence in that clubhouse. And so when we took the big stage we really felt like we could shock the world. And again, we called it that because nobody expected us to beat the Yankees. And I remember running around, when we did finally beat them and running around Comerica Park, and we had we were talking about it. We were saying, hey, we shocked the world. We shocked the world. So what a special moment, not only for us as players, but to share that with the Tiger fans was truly special.
Craig, I'm not one of these guys that remembers a lot of quotes. My short term, as I get older, the short term memory is completely gone, and I have problems even remembering my name sometimes. So what I want to ask you, I want to go back, to New York again, 2006, April 30th. You hit the go-ahead home run against the Yankees. Your dear mother's first name is Marilyn. We can see with your jersey hanging back there in your man cave. Your last name is Monroe, and you said
Yes.
Marilyn Monroe is here in New York, and I am thrilled. I would imagine, especially in that media savvy town, people just jumped on that, had no idea what you were talking about, I don't think, unless they knew you personally. I mean, that was just one of those great moments. I mean, that's what makes sports, particularly baseball, such a great game.
Oh, that was one of my favorite moments of my life, to be honest with you, because I mean, you guys know we had gotten rained out the night before, and I had flew my mom into New York, and it was the first time she'd ever been on a plane. And she flew to New York to hang out with me and come watch the game at Old Yankee Stadium. That's something as a child I'd always dreamed about doing, and that was playing at Old Yankee Stadium. And getting the opportunity to do that, I wanted to share that moment with my mom. And so, yeah, she flies in, and so there's a rain delay, so they cancel the game. We actually go to Lion King, the play that night, and have a great time. And then we come back, then the doubleheader the next day. And I was 0 for 4 the first game. And what made it so special was I was 0 for 4 the first game. And I remember her walking down the stairs from the family section. She comes down and she's like, and I was like, I think I punched out a couple of times, kind of sad, because I'm like, man, my mom's here. I wanted to do well, And she kind of just put a hand through the fence and was like, don't worry about it. You're going to be fine. You got another game, and you're going to get them in this game. And lo and behold, Scott Proctor, dude, the first pitch, it was at like top of the ninth inning. He hung me a first pitch slider, and I absolutely crushed this ball to left center. And all I can remember is hitting second base and hitting third base and coming home and seeing my mom up there. And and that's where the moment I was like, man, this is the moment. I am thrilled to death that Marilyn Monroe is in the Big Apple, in the Old Yankee Stadium, where some of the greatest players have ever played. And here I am hitting a go-ahead home run to give my team a chance to win a ball game. Goosebump stuff for me.
I do want to ask you a couple of questions about this current Tigers team. You were a part of the Tigers for some tough years, but you were also a part of that amazing turnaround. So I'm not asking you to kind of predict whether the Tigers are going to make a World Series run, but what do you like about the direction that this current team is headed in?
I love the young talent. I love the young pitching staff that is in the minor leagues. We've got 5, 6 of the top 100 prospects in all of Major League Baseball, led by Casey Mize. You've got Scooble, Matt Manning. So from a pitching standpoint, the organization's in a really good place. When I start thinking about these guys, and I know right now they're prospects, but you start thinking about the likes of the Atlanta Braves, those dynasties that they had, where they had the Smokes, the Maddox, and the Glavins, and Avery was mixed in there too. So I think the Tigers are setting themselves up from a pitching standpoint to really go out and be able to compete, not only for like 1 year, but I think year after year after year. And now these young position players are starting to mature, and I think we're going to see them. A guy that stands out to me is Riley Green. I mean, he's one of the guys. Watched him take batting practice, and he was already hitting balls at the Pepsi porch, and he's an 18-year-old kid. So looking forward to watching this young Tiger team go through their growing pains. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too, because it's going to build some character. It's going to, they're going to learn a lot through some adversity. But I think we're going to reap the benefits or the reward for it in a few years.
I have to ask you, Craig, about about something. I mean, obviously, we all love the Tigers, the Old English D. You were a terrific ball player for Detroit, yet it's almost must-see TV every Tiger game just to see what you're wearing. Your outfits are just incredible. I know you've started your own fashion line, and I love the name. This is your fault for having eyes. Have you always been a fashion bug, a fashion plate, a guy that's been astute? Like when you're little Craig Monroe, and and God bless her, Marilyn Monroe is feeding you dinner, are you sitting there not so much thinking about a picture, but sketching a suit or a tie or something? I mean, has that always been part of who you are? Has been, I have to look my very best regardless of the situation?
That, my friend, is true. Now, I will say that. I do. I've always been that way. Now, I will say this now. I think I like putting together color schemes more so than sketching out. I'm not sketching out any suit designs, or I'm not drawing any tie designs now. Let's be clear. I'm not that good at all. But what I do enjoy is expressing myself. I like to have fun with my outfits. I do. And I love color. I feel like I don't know, it brightens me up. It brightens my day up. I'm a bubbly, kind of fun, loving, wear my emotion on my sleeve kind of guy. And so wearing the suits kind of just they blend well with my personality. Let's just say that.
I've got a question for you then, because I think Art needs a couple of these fancy suits. Maybe you could help him out and be his stylist here, because we host a couple of shows together now, and I think that would be phenomenal.
All right, let's get
Me
together
wearing
one
an
day.
exclusive.
I missed opening day too, Art. I had something brewing really well. I was looking forward to this crazy opening day outfit, but we'll see. We'll see if whenever this baseball baseball gets going, maybe we'll have an opening day splash with a suit or something. We'll see.
I'm counting
Definitely.
on
And you've got a fashion sense. Oh, Art, I know you are. I
All
know
right.
you are. Craig, you've got a fashion sense and a baseball sense. Thank you so much for giving us a little bit of both today on Brush Street Beat. It's been awesome to have you with us.
Oh man, thank you guys so much. This was fun. See, this is fun. I enjoyed this. This is relaxed, and I
It
enjoyed
is.
myself. Thank you guys. Yeah, it's perfect.
it.
Felt
That is
very
great to
comfortable.
hear. We'll definitely have you back.
All right, sounds good to me.
Another thank you to Craig Monroe, and a big thank you to McLaren Health System for sponsoring the Brush Street Beat this week and every week here on the Word on Woodward.